So first, coffee. So hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Maryam. So I wanted to do this holiday makeup look for gray hair, and I wanted to share some of my tips for makeup with gray hair and stuff like that while I'm doing it. So I'm not gonna really talk about the product so much. I'm just gonna get through some of the tips, and it really doesn't matter. It does, but then how should I put this? It does matter what kind of products you use. I will point out some of them, but I will list everything in the description box below. So if I don't say any names of the products and you're curious about what I'm using, please check the description box because I'm gonna put it there. So let's get to this video. I have been so good with my nightly routine that my face just feels so nice. I've been using a lot of different products that I really have to share some of these products with you. It's really made a huge difference on the way my face feels, and it just like, it's so much more hydrated, and I feel like I didn't really feel, my skin hasn't felt parched lately, which I was always worried about that. I was always talking about that. That was always my issue. But I feel like I finally found some products that are actually helping, and I'm going to share with you on another video. If you want to see that kind of a video for sharing my newest discoveries in skincare, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know that you want to see that video. I would love to see how many people are interested in actually seeing that video. Okay, so first I'm going to start with this skincare. Actually, in the morning I don't do a lot with my skin because I don't want my foundation to slip and slide. So I'm gonna put on this hydrating mist. I really like to hydrate my skin before doing my makeup. I'm really excited that I am turning 50. I never thought this day would come. Like, I never thought I would be excited about turning 50. And now that I'm 48 and I'm getting closer to 50, I'm actually excited about being 50. I don't know. It's just like, okay, how can I make my life even better than it was the years before? Like, even I feel like I was learning so much about myself in my 40s. You know, going through depression in my early 40s, transitioning to gray hair. I was really personally dealing with a lot of stuff, and now, you know, kind of going through menopause and stuff like that. It's all like, it's very different, but I'm okay with it, and I'm happier. I feel like I'm happier now than I was even 5 years ago, and I feel more comfortable with myself. I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I think that's what's making me excited about getting older. Okay, now that I did the skincare, I love to hydrate before, but I also use a foundation primer that's hydrating too. About 5 years ago, I transitioned to gray hair. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had a lot of insecurities when I transitioned, or when I was transitioning. It was kind of a challenging time for me. I feel like it was challenging because I was trying to figure out what was happening, where I was going with this whole transition, how it was going to affect my life. I was so, you know, hair is everything. I feel like for women especially, we're very attached to our hair. And I was and am still kind of attached to my hair. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe it. If you can describe it better than me, please leave a comment below, because I don't know why we feel the way we feel, but I feel like women really put a lot of effort into their hair, and just hair means a lot to us. And so when I was transitioning to gray, let me do my foundation now, because I'm now talking and I'm not doing anything. So I prime my skin. Oh, you know what? Actually, I forgot to put pore minimizing primer, because I usually do. So anyhow, what was I saying? Oh, gray hair, transitioning. Yeah, I was very insecure about it. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, how I was going to feel about it. But the only reason why I even considered it was because I was allergic to hair dye. I was allergic for a long time. Even in, I would say in my late 20s, mid 20s, late 20s is when I started getting the allergy reaction. And because I I started turning gray at 19. At 19, I was definitely not ready to go gray. In my 20s and 30s, I wasn't ready. So all I did was color my hair. And I dyed my hair using the box most of the time. And it just was easy, and I didn't have to deal with the gray, and I was happy with that. You know, when you're not ready, you're not ready. And that's how it was for me. And then, and it wasn't really accepted. I mean, my parents both accepted their gray. My dad was salt and pepper hair, and then really white hair. And then same with my mom. My mom, after her battle with cancer, she stopped coloring her hair. And then she had salt and pepper. She had a lot more black in her hair. They were just salt and pepper mostly. And she embraced it probably in her late 40s, I would say, maybe in her 50s. And so, I mean, they did it, but I was not gonna be my mom and my dad. So in my 20s, I wasn't gonna stop coloring my hair, and that wasn't really accepted. It was something that you do. You color your hair. If you see gray hair, women especially, when you see gray hair, you just automatically want to cover it up. And, you know, admitting that you have gray hair is kind of like a no-no. After I decided that, okay, I'm gonna not go through the pain of having the flare-ups of the allergies and everything, I really decided, and I was probably in 41, 42 when I considered going gray. That was hard because I had to stop, and I didn't know what to do with my transition and how I was gonna make it all work. I have several videos on transition to gray hair and how to transition, how to make it easier on yourself to transition. I have some tips and things like that, videos that I'm going to link below, so you can watch those videos if you have any questions about them. The way I went to transition was I bleached my hair. So bleaching my hair made my hair yellow. And then because my hair was yellow, I looked sickly because I have yellow skin, and yellow undertones. And so having yellow blonde hair is not very flattering on my skin, against my skin, and it started making me look like I was ill. So I thought, oh well, I have to do more makeup so I could compensate for the yellow and, you know, just being a blonde for a while. And so I started experimenting with makeup, watching a lot of YouTube videos, learning about makeup, and just reading about it and all that stuff. And the more I played around with it, the more I discovered that it really boosted my confidence. I'm gonna put a little warmth back into my skin. So what I'm gonna do is use a bronzer and some, what do you call it? Some. These two products I use, cream and powder. I use both of them. Sometimes I don't use the cream one. I only use powder. It depends. For me, I like using this type of cream kind of contour color. When you have this kind of a creamy base and then you put on the powder, it has a better, it lasts longer on your skin. You don't have to use cream contour. It really is a preference too. Some people don't like using cream products because it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's difficult, it's just more work. And so if you are the type of person who's a busy mom or a busy, you need to like get ready and go, just a little bit of bronzer will work just fine. You really have to blend this because you don't want to end up having lines. So it's tricky and you have to kind of work with it and learn how to use the product. So how I decided to do bronzing and stuff, I wasn't really into bronzers ever. When I was younger, I never really used bronzers, only blush. And the reason why I did that was because I like using bronzer on this area of my face because I feel like it creates a nice separation between my skin and the gray hair. Otherwise, it just looks like my forehead is kind of endless. That's how it is to me. I don't know if it really does look like that, but to me, I feel like it just brings everything together and the warmth is really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna use this kind of bronzer, which is, it's not shimmery and it's not totally matte. It's kind of in between. So I'm just going to kind of put it on the back of my hand because I just took a lot. So. And what I'm really doing is just pretty much setting what I did earlier with the cream contour. So if you don't do the cream contour and you just want to use powder, you can just do this with the powder. And that's all you need to do. Just create an E or 3, however you want to look at it, this way, and just warm up your skin. It's really easy. The powder, game changer, and it's so easy to use. And you can always use the back of your hand to kind of make it lighter if you don't want to do like really major bronzing, you know. And then you could do the high points of your nose, kind of this and this, like kind of on the high points of your cheeks, just to warm it up. Really easy, and that's it, just easy. I like easy. For the brows, I'm just going to quickly do my brows. I'm just going to do one of them right now and then do the other one off camera just to kind of show you how I do my brows. I usually use a brown color that is more ashy. I never use gray or black on my brows. Definitely never a black color, because I feel that the black color actually makes the face age more if you make your eyebrows black, unless you have deeper skin tone and you can do darker eyebrow colors. But if you have medium to light skin tone, I would definitely recommend going 1 or 2 shades lighter than your actual natural hair color. You want to keep your brows a little bit lighter than your actual color. It all depends. The shape of your eyebrows depends on your face and how you like it, but I like my eyebrows a little bit thicker. Over the years, I've tweezed so much that my eyebrows are pretty much gone, and I never had a tip to my eyebrows, so I kind of have to recreate the shape. But if you have nice brows and you're blessed, then you are blessed. It's better to use brow gel with color, because you do 2 jobs at the same time. So you're filling them in at the same time you are coloring your brow. So if you have white, gray hair in your brows too, it takes care of that. It makes a big difference. You see that? And it didn't take me that long to do it, actually. Okay, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how it looks like. So remember this brow. I'm back and I have 2 brows now, not 1.5. I want to look more matte, but usually I don't powder a lot. I don't always like the shiny look. Sometimes I do like the dewy shiny look, and sometimes I don't. Today, we're not doing too shiny. I like to powder my T-zone, especially because this is the oiliest part of my skin. And just powdering this part because I want to kind of tone down that bronzer too, just a little bit. There's no baking involved. There's none of that. I don't bake. And if you're over, well, I can't say if you're over a certain age you shouldn't bake, because it's really up to you. It's your makeup, so you can do whatever you want. But if you want your skin, if you have dry skin and you don't want your skin to look more dry and flaky, stay away from baking. But if you have oily skin, I would say might help you actually kind of tame the oil and keep everything more matte. Okay, I'm gonna use this new palette by ColourPop. Start with this color. I'm gonna put a base, especially when you get where you get creasing. It's a good thing to do to kind of set your primer or your concealer, whatever you prime your eyes with. You can even do this step with your face powder. The only thing I wish there was another color in between these two, like kind of a medium tone color, which we don't have. So I'm going to see how I can make this work, but let's just try it. Let's just try it and see how dark it is. It's pretty dark. I mean, we can make it work. We can make it work. And what we could do to fix that problem, I mean, it's not a huge problem, but if you have that issue where you don't have an in-between color, you can always go half-half. Mix your own colors, basically. That's what you're doing. You see how much lighter it got? Yeah. Okay, so, wow, there's so many beautiful golds in here. I don't even know which one to use, but it's like 24 carats. Wow, it's really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna use this and then maybe top it off with this one. So these two. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. So gorgeous. These are so pigmented, you can actually cut crease, pretend cut crease with this. Look how pigmented that is. That is insane. How did they do that? Wow. Okay. I might be going a little extreme, but you can tone it down however you like and whatever feels right to you for your face and for your liking. I'm just very extreme with my eye makeup. So I'm going to put this color on top of that, and that's going to kind of tone it down. I'm going to take this color and just kind of maybe in between, kind of tone it down a bit. There we go. Kind of blending the two colors together, the brown and the gold. Okay, so I'm gonna take the black, put that on your lash line. If you're not used to liquid eyeliners, this is a great way to create wing liner, and it's more subtle and it's not as scary. You can play around with it and see how you like it. This might be a new way for you to do your liner because it's really easy to do. Curling lashes, very important. If you're not used to curling your lashes, which I wasn't for the longest time, I hated lash curlers, like pet peeve. I hated them. And then I would say like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I started using them and I love them. They are my best friend and they will be your best friend too, because it's really nice to curl your lashes before putting on mascara, because it lifts your lashes, and as we get older, our lashes tend to go straight or down, and I'm finding that this is giving me the curls I used to have in my 20s. Either prime your lashes, which I'm going to do. I'm going to use this Givenchy lash primer and put 1 coat of lash primer. So now I'm going to use this mascara on top of it. I'm dipping into that brown shade that we used for the crease. I always use a little bit of shimmer in the inner corners because it really helps brighten the eyes and it just makes a big difference. Blush is the best to use, whatever hair color you have. I truly feel like blush changes the whole makeup, your face. It just makes it glow, makes it more beautiful, and not more beautiful, you're already beautiful. But on a regular day or when I'm doing a makeup look like this, I use more toned down kind of blushes. It's just a hint of pink, or sometimes I use peach. It all depends on your mood and what makeup you're using, but this is normally what I would go for. The best way to figure out what your blush color is when you don't have makeup on, pinch your cheeks a little bit. Whatever color that is on your cheeks, like whatever natural color you have on your cheeks, is the kind of color you want to go with for your blush. Just saying. I like to go with something more peachy or more like mauve-y like this. And some days I put on so much blush, and some days I like a little bit of blush. It all depends on your mood, you know? Okay, so blush, game changer. Even if you don't bronze your skin, putting a little bit of blush on your cheeks makes a huge difference when you have gray hair. So then lip. We're gonna make it more nude. Not this nude. Okay, so definitely this is a nude that you wanna stay away from if you have gray hair. Normally, I wouldn't put this nude by itself. Either I line my lips, I stuttered there, line my lips with something like this, kind of a neutral brown or a little bit darker than my lips color. like this. I like that. I combined it, the previous color that I used with like a nude color with this color. And you can either do ombre like that, or just kind of mix them together. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you like this holiday makeup look for gray hair. Let me know in the comment section below what kind of look you want to see next, or what kind of video you like to watch. If you want me to create more gray hair videos, let me know below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. So thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.